Welcome to Papillion UnScripted. I'm Michael Severe. It is the place to go to hear from people who truly help make Papillion feel like home. One of the true backbones of city government joining us here today, the head of HR, Human Resources, Carrie Svendsen, joining us here today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me today.
Thanks for being here. So how does one become head of Human Resources for a city?
Wow. I'll apply for the job.
Yeah, that's definitely true, yeah.
My background is actually, my first 20 years was in payroll for a private organization, and was just very fortunate to have found this job with the city of Papillion for the HR position. It started out as HR specialist. And this, as the city has grown, this department has grown as well. And I now also oversee the payroll department just based on my background. So, previous organization gave me an opportunity to be in HR, and that expanded here when this opportunity opened up here with the city of Papillion. So
Everyone knows that it's hard to find people to work at jobs now. A big reason, especially in Nebraska, we have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country. What are some of the other reasons you see for it making it a little bit more difficult to hire right now?
Well, I think people that originally thought that they would postpone retirement have decided, based on COVID and all things COVID, that they just no longer want to postpone and wait longer. People are retiring earlier.
Chosen attrition. They're attritioning themselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I think daycare, as we've all experienced, you go to a restaurant and it's taking longer to get your food. There's no daycare available, and not no daycare, but
It's harder
daycare's
to find.
it's part of the problem. You've got kids that are busy doing other activities as opposed to taking seasonal and part-time jobs. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things, and COVID, I think, really just spiraled that. We're always looking for people, across the state. Everybody's having challenges trying to fill positions.
I've seen it as kind of COVID was a good thing because it made people, for one, to say, okay, maybe I need more education. So they went back to school. And now maybe they have educated themselves out of some of the jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they went and got a master's, and maybe some jobs don't need a master's, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they've just said, I'm not going to continue to work a job that's not really a passion for me, that I'm not making a difference. And they want to go somewhere else and do something different that they feel like they can make a difference. And, that's what's great about the city of Papillion and coming to work here, because you're really making a difference in the community for the people that live here, work here, and visit. So, there's just a lot of different reasons why, COVID just started that spiral.
Yeah. I was going to ask you that. Give me a couple of reasons why working for Papillion is a special place to work.
Well, the people, obviously, the opportunity to make a difference in your community, and the things that we do, from being a police officer to a firefighter to a public works, taking care of the streets to make sure our streets are safe. We've got the landing where we provide opportunities for people to, our 55 plus, to our older retirees to be able to come together and stay active and intermingle with the younger generation that's coming there. So you're bringing these generations together in one place, and I think that's what makes it a great place to come to work. I mean, we've got the same, we got great benefits, we've got great people to work for, a great place. You don't have to pay for parking, that's a great plus. So we got a lot of great benefits, as well as the opportunity to make a difference.
In terms of over the years of you doing this, how much has the benefit package moved up value-wise for people that are looking for a job?
As health insurance in the healthcare field, the cost for healthcare has increased. We've done a really good job of mitigating that and keeping those costs lower for not only the city of Papillion, but for the employees as well. So I think, healthcare, although it's gone up in costs, we've actually been able to keep that at a good place. We've added vision so that employees can take advantage of the vision package. We've added a few extra hours for sick time. There's just been a lot of, and just overall, in general, we've just got a great benefits package.
What would you say when people are looking for a job? Obviously, they're looking for a certain salary and they want flexible hours that fit them, but that the whole benefit idea, even in terms of what you're putting in the 401k, has that risen, do you think, over the years? Or has it always been near the top of things that people are looking for?
We've always been at the top of what people should be looking for in a benefit package that an employer offers.
Yeah.
So,
Are you still looking for the seasonal employees now? Is that something you're still trying to get?
yep, we're still looking for seasonal. I don't know off the top of my head, but you could certainly go to our website and find the list of seasonal, part-time. We have about 7 full-time positions we're trying to fill across the organization as well. So some great opportunities in some very different areas. And, the beauty of working for us is we're so diverse in the types of work people can do. We've had public works water employees become police officers. You can become a firefighter, even though you start out as a part-time employee at the landing. If you have a dream to be a firefighter, what a great place to start.
Yeah. In Hamilton, they talk about being in the room where it happens. You've been in that room. So when someone's looking for a job, whether it's their cover letter, their resume, or in the interview, you have any suggestions for those folks on how they can be a good employee by getting hired based on what they do?
I think they need to just focus on being themselves, highlighting their accomplishments, making sure the cover letter is
Spelled
correctly. And I've seen some really unique resumes. People are being very creative about their resumes, and that catches your eye. But and that's great. But you want to make sure the content is succinct and the information that you're trying to share. You don't want it to be too long. I've seen some resumes that the cover letter's 2 and 3 pages. Well, you're going to lose the hiring manager after the first page. So just, highlight the major accomplishments and focus on the things that you can do to make a difference for the organization, as well as, when we go into an interview, I always tell the candidate that we're here to sell you the business as much as you're here to sell us. So it's a two-way conversation about why they're a great fit and why we believe they should come to work for us.
And for that interview, prepare for pretty much any question you can, kind of.
Yeah, there's, you can go out online and, YouTube and, there's lots of advice out on the internet anymore on how to be ready for an interview and be prepared with, because you really want to focus on the job and who you're coming to work for.
Right.
Because I've even seen cover letters and people forget that, oh, wait, this is the city of Papillion, not, some other organization. So you just
Right.
want to be careful about those things too. So.
Yeah, I know one of the hard things that, like, I changed careers, and you can say, here's what I did, but I think I'm a hard enough worker to do whatever your job is, so you have to be able to sometimes sell themselves to you, that
Yes.
you're ready to be able to make a change.
Yep, yeah, and selling yourself and focusing on the things that you've done and how that skill set translates to what the job is that you're applying for with us and interviewing with us for.
So we're, obviously, this has been a lot about growth. We've talked about it with people who plan and build. How are we gonna be able to hire to be able to keep up with all this growth if we're having trouble hiring now? Do you see a future where we're gonna have to amp up what we're trying to do to hire even more people?
Yeah, and just the last couple of years, we've just been so busy just navigating through COVID and how that's affected our employees and helping all of our employees that, and then going into this great recession or the great resignation.
Yes.
As it's been dubbed, and now looking to, retirees eventually making their plans to leave. We're going to have to sit down and really take a hard look at what we can do to recruit, working with our communications department to get things out, being more creative about our benefit package, because a lot of people want flexibility. They want to work from home.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are high value, low cost. So we just need to start looking at some of those things. And, we've always been just an organization. We're here for our citizens. We want them to see us here working for them and working hard for them. So, it's going to have its challenges.
How much of a key is Papio Pete to this whole thing? to getting people hired, in your opinion?
I don't know, when we need to get him outside on 84th Street again.
Encouraging people to apply.
And dancing, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
You know, oh, my sign is gone.
It's over
You
there.
know, we want you, see, here we go.
Stop for your next great job. We'll have
Yes.
Papillion Pete holding that.
There
That
you
would work.
go, there you go.
Everyone who's sat in the chair you're sitting in now, I've asked the same question about something in the city that maybe we don't talk a lot about. There are a lot of events, there are activities. Some get a lot of press, some don't. Can you think of something that maybe needs to get more?
You know, our team, because I oversee payroll and I have two other folks that work for me on my team, we're always talking about Papillion is a great place to live. It is a great place to shop. You can find some really unique places to shop. You know, we've got some great businesses here that you can come visit. But it's also a great place to work. So, and I think sometimes we don't always think about, wow, I can work, shop, and live in
Right.
Papillion. And I think that's just that combination makes us very unique.
Yeah, and it's funny because it comes from the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you talk to the mayor, he's always so pro everything Papillion, and then down the road, it really helps everyone when they first get to work here to understand the importance of the city.
Absolutely, yeah. And he's definitely a supporter of our employees and is he's genuinely cares about our employees and their well-being. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's not a half bad guy.
Nah.
Nah. Carrie, we appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time.
Oh,
And
thank
we all
you.
noticed that you had your sticker on too.
I do. Oops. Yeah. I love HR. I've got more of these in my office. If anybody wants to, take a photo op with HR, and I love HR sticker.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carrie. We appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank you.
Join us again next time when we talk to someone who truly does help make Papillion a great place to live.